Hello everyone. It's 3:43 p.m. in the afternoon. um so excuse me, I'm so tired. I think I think I got 3 hours of sleep earlier. Yeah, I think I got 3 hours of sleep earlier, and yeah, hi. I'm fine. Still feeling deprived and feeling like I need more sleep. So but um I don't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday. I tried to mentally pick myself back up again with trying to even though me doing this video right here is considered work and I'm earning money, but it's not much. I mean, I might earn $2 from just nothing in there. Yeah. See, they don't. Let me try to go somewhere else. They're not even coming to legitimately use the bathroom. They just go in the bathroom and then turn on the turn on the hand dryer for noise harassment and try to drown my voice out. And then if I try to talk loud enough where y'all can hear, then they'll say, "Oh, Candy, you're talking too loud." So I'm trying to not go outside because I don't want to be attacked by the whatever flies and pests outside. So they're doing it to harass. So, yeah, they're doing it to harass. Let me try to step out here. But yeah. So I tell y'all all the time how the Social Security Administration and the IRS say that my job, my writings and also the YouTube is content creation is legitimate work. And I also Google search is I Google search if I try to Google search if content creation or making YouTube videos and earning money for it, does that qualify as work? And they say yes. So, I mean, that they qualify as legitimate work. So, like, these stalkers don't know me. They can't tell you about me better than I can. See this perp right here, they got elbow against the window. They can't tell you about, how do people listen to these strangers thinking they could tell about my life better than me? So imagine being falsely accused of things that you have not done. And then, like, if someone makes a lie and smear campaign you to everybody, and then they attack you for it. And it's like, wow, you're being attacked for stuff that's not true. Like, you're being attacked and harassed and abused by stuff that's not true. And stuff that they just heard and don't have any evidence or proof. They are perping hard in this parking lot. See, there was a fly just assaulted me just now. It's like with people, they don't know your struggles and your experiences. People just see you in a certain situation and think that they know how you got there. When you're homeless and people want to stigmatize and judge and punish you, whether you're a targeted individual or not. I mean, because they falsely assume that you're mentally ill and on drugs. They never saw you use any drugs, so how can they, make false assumptions that you do drugs? And then want to stigmatize and treat you a certain way and think they're police or think that they got God's authority to inflict punishment on you that you don't deserve and you're innocent. Like, they don't have any proof, but the Bible saying, judge not by the appearance, not by the appearance, but righteous judgment. But so many people judging by the appearance and think that they know it all. Think that they have the answers better than you because they think they are narcissistically fake, puffed up with pride, that they think that XYZ is obvious and common sense. When just because you think it sounds like common sense to you does not mean that it's the real deal. And the stalkers attacking me, it reminds me of when the Bible said, why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? That's what they're doing. Excuse me. Because they have lots of vain imaginations about what they think you're doing wrong. So yeah, I mean, oh man, if they have yeah, so I mean, I have a whole bunch of stuff on my mind. So I got like 59 cents in the bank, and I was able to panhandle like $3 or something like that, and I was trying to get $20. I still need like $20 or $25 that I need help with. Actually, now that I need dinner, I'm gonna need help with like 30 or 40 for like meals to eat and personal hygiene items and So, like, a lot of people, you know, they want to try to play God and try to control you, you know. So they want to force you to, this gang stalking cult network forces targeted individuals to suffer homelessness, or that's one of their aims, to make you homeless, jobless, socially isolated, no family, no friends. They strip you of everything you got and try to take your soul. They really do. So, you know, because of the all these jail and court situations, the jail and court situations and the illegal swatting and stuff have been, you know, holding me back, and now I'm wrongfully convicted. I mean, who the hell wants to wait until they're at least 40 or 41 years old to just, you know, start to commit crimes and always in trouble with the law? Well, how can nobody question something's not right with that? Like, how the hell would why would I, you know, be a good citizen, you know, all these years, and then, you know, suddenly in my 40s just start to, you know, be in and out of jail? But if someone knows you are a awakened truther, see, the stuff's trying to fly and touch me. Move! I better get back inside. So, and it looks like they're about to cut the grass anyway. I thought that they cut grass in the morning. They're late today, and it's supposed to be about to rain. So, I'm disabled with certain limitations. I need my earbuds. I cannot be around noise. And I can't work around people. And they gang stalk and workplace mob. I can't even stay on the job for like 2 hours. So I have been trying to find alternative ways to survive and earn a living. Like, people were encouraging me to monetize my YouTube channel. Why is it working a job for nobody else but not for me? Why is writing work and a job for everybody else but not me? How come when I write short stories it's not called content creation? You know, I don't have cooking facility because I'm homeless, but if I had a roof over my head and access to a you know, cooking, you know, like a stove and oven, you know, I would like to have been one of those people demonstrating cooking videos and learning how to cook better than I had already known, you know, and show y'all and make cookbooks. I tried to make a cookbook or two, but the stalkers, you know, they attacked me for that. I mean, even when I was staying in a motel, I tried to be creative, and, you know, they shunned me for trying to do videos about, you know, putting certain items together and microwaving it, you know. If it's content creation for other people to just document their daily life, that's considered, you know, respectable. But the stalkers are like, how dare you earn a penny off of talking about gang stalking? How dare you earn a penny off of exposing us? So that's why they want to talk about your videos are not content, but it's nonsense. But they think that they could get paid to torture people and harass and spread lies and traffic and murder. It seems like the only work that they want us targets doing is having sex. That's it. They don't want us to have, like, you know, a cashier job at Aldi or something like that, or a delivery driver job for Jimmy John's, or store clerk for you know, famous footwear or something like that, you know. So, like, because of the jail and court situation and my biological, I'm sorry, what are you doing? Okay, and my biological brother Wyatt passing away and certain other circumstances, which held me back from trying to get a job. But when I first came back to New Orleans in 2023, I couldn't get a job yet because I needed to get my driver's license switched over, and I needed to get an address. And now I'm worried about, like, for 2027, if I'm wrongfully banned from that rebuild center at 1803 Gravier Street, if I'm wrongfully banned from there, how else could I get my driver's license renewed in 4 years? I don't know how that works. I mean, I don't know if I just pay the fee and then take a picture, or do I have to show them again about, you know. And I don't even have, like, when the stalkers stole my orange backpack, they also stole the letter of proof of me being homeless. You know, like, sometimes certain cities and states might have if you're proof of being homeless, they might have either a letter or a picture ID from a shelter about homeless identification, you know. So yeah, like, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday, and also today, shortly before coming here, I tried to look for so-called jobs and couldn't find anything. Everybody wants you to be an experienced experienced worker with a car, with a dependable car and insurance. Other than that, you can't really get a job. Like, well, how do they expect you to get experience? You know? It's like I actually feel stuck. So now that I have false criminal charges, and that's going to be forced to follow me for the rest of my life, and I can't get it erased or expunged or sealed or whatever. I don't know much about jail and court and the legal system. You know, I mean, how do the stalkers put stumbling blocks in my way to prevent me from getting jobs and housing, and then harass me about how I should go to work? Like, they would do stuff like harass you about, you should go get a job to work at this place. And then you go apply to work at that place, and they stalk you heavy while you going job hunting, stalking and monitoring you heavy. because they're threatened by your self-sufficient survival and independence, and they want you to die, and they want you to be a slave. Hi, they don't want you. They don't want you to you know. They want you to be enslaved. You know, they don't want you with freedom. So I mean, hi. I mean, it's like even before the jail and court situation. Like, I can't believe I'm 42 years old, almost 43, and forced against my will to have wrongful convictions of misdemeanor charges. The stalkers want me to fit the stereotype of a bad person. They set this up, they did this to me, and then they blocked me from getting any assistance, support, or help, or anything like that. You know, so like, and even in November, December, and I was always at the Riverwalk. And before I started making it a habit to come to libraries again, I'd be trying to look for jobs, and it was October or November. It was November of 2023. That Hilton Riverside Hotel. Hold up. Damn. Lies getting in my eyes. The Hilton Riverside Hotel. The fake security guard. Sometimes I would ask to use the bathroom, and the security guards would say, yeah, you can use the bathroom. But this security guard was bitter because he was trying to make sexual advances at me, and I didn't feed into it. So he wrongfully banned me from that hotel, trying to use the bathroom, and right when I was trying to apply to work in a gift shop at that hotel. I'm trying. And he was the one who seemed like he wasn't from New Orleans. Like, when I first met him, he seemed like he was trying to love bomb me. And at the Riverwalk, they had a security guard back in 2024 that a female that took my number and made false promises to get me a janitorial job, and guess what she did? She ghosted me. All these people with false promises of jobs and opportunities and stuff like that, and they lie just to get your phone number and your information, and then swindle you, and you never see or hear from them again. Like in Pensacola, Florida, there were people who were making false promises to help me get real estate job opportunities and training and everything like that, and they stood me up and lied and played games. So like in 2024, December 2023, it was Christmas, and it was Christmas Day. And I was, doing an exam for the job at the airport. A couple of days later, I got hired. And then I was supposed to work 2 days after I got hired, I was supposed to work there. And then the day in between, the stalkers, in person and online, lied to the airport and got me wrongfully banned from the airport the day before I was supposed to start to work there. But they harassed me about go get a job. Like, even when I was in Pensacola, Florida, trying to look for jobs, the stalkers were mad about that. and then they would stalk me aggressively. And then, you know, when I would go to interviews and I would have the job interview and they would be stalking heavy. And then they wait till I walk out of the they're waiting for me to walk out of the interview and then immediately go inside of the, you know, they go inside of the place or whatever and tell them not to hire me. And I heard that employers get paid to not hire us targeted individuals. And if they do let us work, it's a low wage part-time job that's below what we're able to do or below our credentials or whatever. And you know, and then they set us up for workplace mobbing or workplace bullying to run you off the job. You know, and I saw back in 2019 or 20 or something like that when I saw a video where they said that almost all targeted individuals are law-abiding citizens and that over 50% of targeted individuals have at least a bachelor's degree underneath their belt, but they're being suppressed. You know, but they want to make a false smear campaign and a false narrative and a false setup to make it look like as if I'm a lawbreaker. You know, and like me being wrongfully banned from places, it's like in 2020 they really got aggressive with it, but it really started in 2018 of me being, you know, forced to be homeless and then wrongfully banned from so many downtown hotels and also kicked out of and banned from shelters and this and that, whatever, before I even realized the full picture of, you know, the targeting program. So, you know, the stalkers sabotaged that airport job in 2023. That even though it was a part-time job, I don't remember if it was supposed to be $12 an hour plus tips. I don't remember. And then, like my job, I was supposed to be like assisting and pushing people in wheelchairs and stuff, you know, and helping them out like that. But so then I worked that Piccadilly job before February 28th. You know, they workplace mobbed me off the job a couple of days before I got wrongfully arrested and thrown in jail. So and I lasted like not even 3 weeks. No, I lasted like a little over 2 weeks for the Piccadilly job, and I didn't get to my first paycheck until after working there for 3 weeks. And they workplace mobbed me off the job. Like they were nice and like when I get a job, it's like sometimes they workplace mob and bully me like within the first 2 hours of working, or other times they would be nice and normal with jobs and shelter and act like they love me. And then the very next day, they start either the workplace mobbing or try to bully me out of the homeless shelters. And, you know, and treat me like I deserve to be punished. And then if I'm at a job and it's my second day of work and I have an emotional meltdown and crying, emotionally breaking down and crying, you know, and like being on the verge of quitting, and then I push myself to stay longer, and like the workplace mobbing gets worse, and they don't care how young or how old the person is. I've been workplace mobbed by 14-year-olds at work in Pensacola, Florida. 14-year-olds being disrespectful and abusive and thinking they're so authoritative over me. You're young enough to be my child. You're still a minor. If I'm 42 years old and they set me up to work with a 14-year-old child as my work partner, that's weird. And have them trying to boss and control me, you know, and tell me what to do. And you're not my boss. Or they would throw all the work on me, you know. So, I haven't been able to have a job since the Piccadilly job in 2024. And then I had to fight fake criminal charges in court. And then getting wrongfully banned from more hotels and more places. And then July 17, 2024, that fake court case was finally wrongfully resolved. And then after that, I thought I had the freedom to try to go back looking for jobs again. Then my biological brother Wyatt passed away the day before me and my twin sister's 41st birthday. It was our last day being 40 years old, and he lost his life. I was here right when the library closed when I found out that Wyatt had died, you know. And then it was like not even a week after his death, and the stalkers already attacking and harassing me about how I'm lazy and unproductive and should go get a job. I'm like, wait a minute, you're not even giving me a chance to process and grieve. And then dealing with the family abusing me also. I had a lot to deal with. They didn't care about that. So then by that November, I tried to pick myself up. Again, to try to go looking for jobs and stuff. And, you know, I had an interview at Take 5 Car Wash on Veterans Boulevard in Metairie, near one of the hotels I was wrongfully banned from, that was right across from that Denny's. Called them up and asked them why they didn't hire me. But they tried to say I didn't have enough confidence. You know, but, and then, it was right after New Year's of 2025, one of the foster cousins had offered me a job, but I couldn't accept it because come to find out, his job was the job opportunity that he offered me. I could have been really healthy, but you know, from that job or whatever, the food would have helped me lose a lot of weight. But the only problem was the fact of him having such close connections with the foster mom. And I was afraid, I had fears that he might have exploited or took advantage of me or something like that. You know, I don't know what he might have done, but the job that he was trying to give me, like, it's connected to the cult that he was in. That he's, you know, connected to a cult, and I couldn't accept it. You know, that's why I couldn't accept it. So So then, like less than a week later, January 9th, the stalkers illegally swatted and lied on me and got me wrongfully arrested and thrown in jail. And I had to fight in court. And then they bet on and followed through with their threats on how they were gonna have me swatted and thrown in jail again for before the next court date, in hopes that they could build up the fake criminal charges against me and thinking it's funny. Everybody knows me to not have the demeanor of someone who would break into a library with a screwdriver. I do not know, forget barely, I do not know, I don't have the ability or knowledge I don't know how to fix a lock. I mean, I don't know how to switch locks on the door, so how can I break into a library with a screwdriver? The cops, believe the stalker's lies without any evidence that I did anything, and just wrongfully rough-handled and grabbed me and tried to kill me and threw me in jail and didn't allow me to explain myself. I was innocent. Nobody wants to listen to me, So, I mean, and then they kept having all these fake court dates and pushing back the court dates, and it finally got resolved with false. I was praying and hoping that they would drop the charges, even though that they said that they would never drop the charges. Never drop, that they would never dismiss the fake court case. So now that's over, and I'm wrongfully forced to have to pay $854.50 for crimes that I didn't commit. And if I pay by the month, I think that they're going to keep building interest. And that's why I say it will never get to be paid off like that. I don't have a way to pay off $850 in one sitting, and nobody's going to help me. It would be a miracle if somebody did. But I never even got a $700 donation. I never got $1,000 a donation. And so I've been battling, all these fake jail and court cases and intense harassment, stalking, forced homelessness, sleep deprivation, and it doesn't seem like it's possible for me to get an appeal letter for the fake court case and the false charges. And so, I hate to have to be forced to pay for crimes I'm innocent of, that I did not commit. And also, they got their minds made up because they're abusive, narcissistic, fake, power-hungry, and evil, and sadistic, So, the stalkers have made, hold on, y'all. The stalkers have made it clear that the only work that they want me to be doing is sex work. And they want me to sell out. They want me to be a prostitute. And they want me to do only what the cult allows. And they want to try to force someone to join the cult that I don't want to join. So if you don't want to join the cult, then you're basically wrongfully removed from society by being forced homeless and wrongfully banned from everywhere. And if I would have, a lot of people say that, when I was in my high school years, I was 14, I wanted a job so bad. I wanted to be independent and earn my own money and, do this and do that. And, I wanted to help others and stuff like that. And I knew nothing about this. I was a kid in foster care. So the psychiatrist told me, the fake Dr. Blvd, she told me that she didn't think I would be mentally capable of working a fast food job. Well, how she knew that? Well, I cannot work. Now I realize I cannot work fast food. And my ears are hypersensitive to noise, and I can't be around noise. So I cannot work fast-paced with a lot of people, even though I have done so before, and it was a struggle. And they would tell me I work too slow, or my performance ain't good, or this or that, or whatever. But when I have jobs where I'm working by myself, they say that my work is impeccable, you know. But when I try to have like janitorial or dishwashing job working by myself, I get falsely accused of things I didn't do. They stalk me and follow me heavy, and you know, they squeeze my organs, and they do noise campaigns, or they make me feel ill. They make me feel ill, or they workplace mob and bully me off the job to make me so upset that I have to clock out and go home early. So the best solution for me now is my writings and YouTube. I've been looking, what else can I do to earn my own income so that I won't have to be dependent on y'all. I got so many limitations. Don't you know when you go to a shelter and be homeless, even if I wasn't wrongfully banned from the shelter, the bed bug infested shelters, dirty shelters, if I was not banned from the shelters, then if I was not banned from the shelters and I could go to the shelters, don't you know that they have covert ways, they have ways to try to prevent you from working when you're at the shelters? Hi. And it's like a vicious cycle and a trap. You know, everybody wants to go through the doors where I'm standing at. They're not going through the other doors. I'm just trying to move over this way. So, like, if you go to a shelter at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, but you work nights, if you go to work, they say you lose your bed. So they have the working homeless that will be like on the streets and then working if they can get a job. But they have had employers that told me that they will not hire me because I am homeless. Ask Tracy Boyd, a man named Tracy Boyd of Z-Trip Taxi Cab Company in Pensacola, Florida. Ask him, why did he refuse me the job when despite being homeless? He waited till after I took that cab driving exam and passed it, just to tell me that he was not gonna hire me because I'm homeless. But he knew beforehand that I was homeless. And sat there and let me take the test and pass it. And then no, he didn't let me have the job. There was some crab or shrimp restaurant or place near downtown Pensacola. I can't remember, some kind of crab shack or something like that, in Pensacola, Florida. The man straight up told me that he will not hire me because I'm homeless. Call up Sammy Barker's in Pensacola, Florida, and asked them why they gave me the interview and asked me nosy questions and then was fake nice and then did not hire me. But then the managers might be different now from 2021 to or 2020 or whatever year that was I applied to work there. But, you know, I don't have library work experience, but back then people used to tell me that since libraries are quiet, that would have been a good fit or a good environment for me. But after all the gang stalking attacks and the lies and the smears and them getting me wrongfully banned, I for sure can't have a shot at, you know, any kind of library job to get hired to work. I'm wrongfully banned from so many downtown hotels in New Orleans, so I can't get those jobs. They got thousands of jobs at the airport. I cannot get any of those jobs because of being wrongfully banned. Well, I'm not banned. I was told I'm not banned from the airport anymore, but I still can't get a job to work there because of the stalkers and the smears and the lies and everything. So, it's like for me to be wrongfully banned from places because stalkers are telling lies, to the point where almost everywhere I go, I'm considered, oh, I'm trespassing. I'm trespassing everywhere. Even with public property, oh, you're trespassed from here, you're banned, you can't go here. Now I get wrongfully kicked away from public parks for defending myself against the gang stalking attacks and the tactics and the torture and the harassment and stuff. Shortly before I came out here to do this video, the gang stalkers were torturing me. They were like laser burning. Hold on, yeah. It's embarrassing to say, but they were laser burning my butthole. Like shocking and laser burning my butthole. And that's them being perverted. So, I mean, it was bad enough that I had to stand up and go get high. I had to go and go somewhere, go somewhere else, It was a weird feeling. It was, it's like they were electronically shocking and burning my butthole. And that was the first time I ever felt that. But any other time they would electronically vibrate my butthole, but it's been a long time since they did something like that, Like back in 2020, I was in a hotel in Mobile, Alabama, and they were, electronically doing things to my butthole, or they would do the forced orgasms or the forced this, forced that, with the technology and the weapons. And they call you weird for talking about it, but they're the ones that's doing it to you. And they try to manipulate for you to feel afraid to speak out or say anything about it. So, I barely got the help that I needed and still need help. And I did not get to eat breakfast, but I was forced to have Wendy's for lunch. Illuminati fake fast food, and I felt like ashamed and I felt guilty. I felt like I offended God by eating Illuminati fake fast food, but I hope he understands that I didn't have any other choice,
I would think so, bro.
But I was gonna go run some errands, but I keep getting rain alerts on my phone, but it hasn't rained yet. And they got a perp shaking his leg, but he's kind of a little distance from me. But when you're homeless, and you have a job, they don't want me to bring my bags to work. They don't want me to bring my belongings to work. I don't have a storage unit to put my belongings. It's like I'm feeling stuck and trapped. So when I was trying to get that Waffle House job on Canal Street, I tried to get the job. And I applied for it. I was going to get the interview. It was sometime last year. And I was trying to say that I needed help with hotel, and I needed a certain kind of clothing, like, semi-dress clothing or business clothing or whatever for the interview, and I needed to be fresh for the interview. Nobody came through to help. And I needed to have the hotel to store my belongings, just like the court dates. I needed to have a hotel or somewhere to store my belongings while I go to the interview, because they told me I could not bring that. I couldn't bring my stuff, and I had to look a certain kind of presentable or look a certain way. Also, when I tried to get that airport job, back in 2023, I needed help with the uniform, and nobody came through to help with the funds for me to get enough money to get a uniform for the job interview. So the stalkers, the fake Mark Russell perp, he's smear campaigning and lying and saying Candy skimped out on two interviews. Let me tell my side of the story. This is my side of the story. This is what happened. So they wanted me to look a certain kind of presentable and dress a certain way. I didn't have the proper attire, and they didn't want me to lug my belongings. So I was forced to have to cancel. But they said it was too late to cancel the interview. I was trying to get help. I was forced to have to check out of the hotel and forfeit the interview. I didn't even get to formally cancel it, you know. And they have certain jobs that, especially those temp service jobs, that they want you with all black attire. And they want you with a small, clear, like one small clear bag, like a small clear see-through bag. With a lot of these jobs, with the hospitality jobs, they want you to like have a certain attire that I don't have the clothes for. And that nobody's trying to help me to get the clothing for whatever job. And then they want to blame me. But then, as I said, they tell an abusive narcissist, they cut their eyes and be like, nobody's going to hire you. With that behavior, nobody's going to hire you. Oh, you think there's somebody going to hire you looking like that? So, my only options are that I have now is, my only options is the YouTube and my writings. I thought I had 15 ebooks, but I was told I got 13. Actually, I might have 14. Because the stalkers, they try to get my ebooks wrongfully kicked off and banned from Amazon. All of my ebooks. They try to get all of my ebooks wrongfully banned from Amazon. Excuse me. And they threatened to go after and attack my Ko-fi. I mean, they think that I don't deserve to make a living, that I don't deserve to earn a living. They don't even want me with the smallest or oldest raggedy little functioning car. Oh, they're cutting grass. I hope y'all can hear me talk. So, I mean, they tell me go get a job, but if I try to go apply for a job and I get hired, they get mad and they attack me even harder because I accomplished something without them. The job that the stalkers want is for me to gang stalk too. And the job that they want is for me to, they want me to be a prostitute. I say no to both orders, you know. But, you know, they're a satanic sex trafficking cult. And there's not enough information out there on cults, but there are a few people trying to put it out there. And, you know, MK Ultra is like the direct link between, you know, when you research about MK Ultra and the mind control, it brings the topics of cults and human trafficking together, you know. The MK Ultra mind control beta sex slave. And I thought you had to be under 30 years old for them to program you. But I heard that they can program you at any age. Now they say it ain't just celebrities no more. It's MK Ultra mind control turned on the masses now. And they say that targeted individuals are unpaid celebrities. I don't want to be a celebrity. I don't want to be famous. You know. I just need my peace. And I love my writing. It can be hard at times, but I love my writing. You know. But it is now 4:38 p.m. in the afternoon. It looks like it's about to storm. And like, I need help with, I'm gonna ask again. You know, I need help with trying to get help with dinner for tonight and breakfast for tomorrow and some personal hygiene items. And I have errands I need to run. So I hope this cleared everything for y'all. You know, I'm trying what I could. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm not trying to break the law. But they keep attacking me from every angle. They call up, when I do get a job, they call up jobs trying to get you fired. Wrongfully. So I need any and all the help I could get. I love y'all. Keep me in your prayers. And I mean, I'll just keep trying to survive and keep trying to do what I need to do.